Good morning and welcome to today's Zoo to You. My name is Jessica with the education team, and I am here live at the lion habitat at Franklin Park Zoo. But I'm not here to talk about lions today. I'm actually here to talk about some exciting features you may have noticed on the glass at the lion habitat, and that are these little square decals that are up on the glass. So these are actually here to help some of the native wildlife that we have all over the zoo, and you might have even seen as you were waking up this morning or looking out your window or heard them, as there are many of them now as the spring is kicking into gear. I'm talking about birds, migratory birds. So coming up on Saturday this weekend is World Migratory Bird Day. It is an amazing time to celebrate all of the wonderful birds that we are hearing in this peak migration time, which is happening right about now. There is an amazing website called Birdcast where you can actually see how many birds are migrating over where you live anywhere in the US at that time. So I checked, and just a few days ago on May 6th, there was over 600,000 birds that migrated over Middlesex County here in Massachusetts during the evening. So if you look up at night and it's a clear night around now, you might even see hundreds of thousands of birds migrating across the sky. So they are migrating around now for their spring migration to follow their food sources. So they're migrating up here from the south to spend the summer here where it's nice and warm and they can find lots of food. And then there will be another migration in the fall around October. And we will celebrate World Migratory Bird Day again. It happens every year in April and October. So this is just one of the many ways that we are trying to help out some of those migratory birds here at Franklin Park Zoo. And you can do the same thing at home. Even if you don't have these fancy stickers, I brought an example of one way you could help. This is just basic craft tempera paint, and it is non-toxic and really easily washable. And around this time of year, and then again in October, it's great to help birds by painting decals or painting stencils and shapes onto your big windows if you have anything like this in your home or anywhere near your home. Now, the reason that this is important for birds is because when they're migrating, they can't really see the glass and they don't understand that a big, huge panel of glass could be dangerous for them. So a lot of migratory birds will try and get to that beautiful habitat they see on the other side of the glass and will accidentally run into it and could get injured. Or a lot of them can even die. So it's really important to see if you have any of those big windows that birds might not see, that you try and help them out and help them see them. So it could be a fun project this spring to paint some pretty shapes onto those windows, and it's really easy to wash this off. Now, it's also a great opportunity to identify some birds. So I do have my favorite bird book here with me that I use to identify birds. And you can also use some sites like eBird to identify all those birds that come through. Now, one last thing. This year, the theme for World Migratory Bird Day is Lights Out. So that's another thing when birds are migrating at night. Any type of lights that are out, bright lights, especially in big cities, can be distracting, and the birds might get confused about where they need to go and could end up near those glass. That's really dangerous. So another way to help birds is to dim your lights for birds, especially during the migration. So if you have any bright lights at home, you can try and dim them or turn them off at night during this peak migration time, and that can help them stay really safe as they're flying around. Cities, whole cities are working to try and introduce legislation to try and make that happen throughout all the big buildings that we have in cities. So if you are anywhere in Massachusetts or anywhere in the US, you can look up any legislation that's currently out in your cities and see if you can help support that so we can keep skies dark for birds. Now, I encourage you, especially on Saturday coming up, May 14th, to just go outside and listen and take notice of all those amazing migratory birds that are out there, because we are just coming up to the end of our peak migration here in this area. So check out when that might be for you using that Birdcast website, and get out there this weekend and see if you can notice some of those amazing birds. Now, I hope you are able to come visit us soon at Franklin Park Zoo. You might even see some of them around here, and you can take a look at some of the other ways that we are helping out local and native wildlife. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you will get out there and take a look at some birds. Have a great day.